Christmas by starlight was everything. Hello, my name is Dara Alston. I normally don't even give my government. I just gave my government. Well, there you go. My name is Dara Alston, and I'm here to present to you another Hallmark Countdown to Christmas movie review. And we're doing it in this space on this channel titled Dear Hallmark, which is my love letter to Hallmark because I love Hallmark movies, and I wanted to create a channel where we can just nerd out on Hallmark movies together. And we can just create a little community where we can be like, yay, Hallmark. So for this installment, we're going to be talking about Christmas Waltz featuring Will Kemp and, Princess Lacey Chabert. And I call her Princess Lacey Chabert because she is the princess of Walmart. Walmart? Hallmark! Oh my gosh. I don't even know where that came from. Yes, his name is Will Kemp. I don't know where I got the name JT Church from. But I saw that and I thought that was his name, but his name is Will Kemp. So let's get into it. Lacey Chabert is our lawyer who's doing it. She's a I don't want to call, workaholic. Yeah. The movie opens up with her and her fiance at a cake tasting. He's somewhere over in the back of the shop on the phone. She's talking with the actual baker about the different cakes. And she's like, "Homie, what's going on? You're over there on the phone. Like, do you want to taste this? Or should you taste your phone instead since you're already on it, And so he comes over, and then both of their phones ends up ringing, and it kind of shows you their relationship where they're busy working professionals. And you can see that Lacey's character, whose name is Avery, and her fiance's name is David, you can tell that Avery is a little more into it than David is. And then they have a dinner, and he's like, "Can I talk to you for a second? I took the job in Boston that you told me not to take." She said, skirt, pump your brakes, home skillet. "What do you expect me to do?" He's just like, do what you gotta do. She's like, "All right, well, what I gotta do is take this ring off and go somewhere else." So she calls the wedding off because he's just very much more about his work than he is about the relationship. And that's really what is shown in those opening scenes of the movie. And so she goes to her office, and it's so funny because the movie initially opens up with her watching a waltz, and that's what she wants to do for her first dance with David for her wedding. And she also ends up booking 10 ballroom dance lessons for them so that they could learn the waltz. However, with the wedding off now, she's like, she goes to the dance studio where she meets Roman Davidoff, played by Will Kemp, and he's a dancer. And she's like, "Listen, this is what happened. I got to cancel those lessons." He's like, "Excuse me, I need my money. And what's not about to happen is you cancel on me." And she's like, "Listen, I ain't got time for this. I got to go." He's like, "Well, hold on. Okay. What if you take the lessons by yourself? You know what I'm saying? Like, what if you just come by yourself? I mean, you can still learn to dance. I'll be your partner, She's like, "I ain't feeling it right now. Give me some space." So she has brunch with her parents. She talks with a friend, and she ends up doing it. And of course, throughout the course of her taking those dance lessons, her and Roman get close together. Now, here's where my stomach turns, and I feel like this speaks to a good job that the man who played David did. This sucker, David, gonna come back towards the end of the movie, talk about I realized what I did was wrong, and they're allowing me to commute between New York and Boston so I can still be here. She's like, "Oh, so the relationship is convenient now. So I'm just convenient. So like what else is going on?" He's like, "No, homie, nah. Like, I love you. I want this to work." And, he's trying to throw on the sauce and the glitter. He sends her, like, a dozen bouquet, literally, like, 12 bouquet of roses. And she's like, this guy over here. And then this fool had the nerve to go to the dance studio and is going to step to Roman talking about some, well, just to let you know, like, we're working on things. So, and Roman's just like, yeah, and all we're doing is dancing. That's it. We're just dancing. And David's going to, like, try to boss up. I'm like, fool, back down. I was so annoyed. I was so annoyed at that part. And then the nerve for Roman. Well, I understand that he wants, like, because he believed what David said, so he respectfully, like, backed off. And Avery could feel it. Because, you know, their connection was growing with each other. And it was her last lesson, and she could feel Roman, like, emotionally disconnecting. So she's like, I can't do this. I can't. I have to go. I have to go. I'm feeling lightheaded. And so she leaves, ends up meeting David for drinks. David spills the beans on something he found out about Roman and Lacey, and I was going to call her Lacey. Avery's like, pause. How do you know that? He's like, well, I went to go talk to Roman. What did you say? And then my Avery's like, oh my goodness, I gotta go tell. That's why he was disconnecting. I gotta go tell this guy what all is this going on. So Avery ends up going to the Christmas Waltz show, and Roman's dance partner is stuck in traffic, and Roman's like, listen, he texts her to come backstage, texts Avery to come backstage. He's like, listen, you've been helping me practice. You know the steps. Do this with me. And, she, you know, they profess their love for one another and then go and do the dance. And it's funny because this one is different in the sense that it didn't end with the kiss. It ended with the dance. And it almost looked like, the dance almost looked like the one she was watching in the beginning. So that was interesting. They kissed before they went out. So that was like, oh, different. Okay. But this one was, yeah, I mean, I will say I do have a personal connection in the sense that I took ballroom in college. My freshman year, I went in undecided. I had no idea what I wanted to do. And so I took some random classes, and one of them being ballroom dance. And those 3 months were some of the best 3 months of my college career. I was open to a world like, it was just beautiful. It was gorgeous. We did learn the waltz. We learned the standard tango, the cha-cha. We learned a little bit of salsa, and the jive. And I can remember my teacher saying, Dara, you need to do advanced ballroom. I know a partner that you would be good with for the jive. Y'all would kill it. And I was so nervous because in advanced ballroom, you were required to travel. Like, you would be traveling to different universities competing. And I wasn't ready for that. Like, I was just an 18-year-old who barely even knew who she was. And to even think about, like, being in a competition, like, actually being in a competition, it was nerve-wracking. And plus, it was an extra $300 charge for the class because of the travel expenses. And I didn't know where I was going to get the money from. And it's interesting because still in the back of my head, there's like a residual snowflake of a thought that still hasn't hit the ground yet, that's still kind of floating about what it would have been like if I would have taken that class. Like, where would I be now if I would have taken that class? Very, very interesting. But so that is kind of like my connection to the movie, and kind of like how I emotionally connected to the movie, because I really, really do love ballroom dance. And I miss it terribly, terribly. I miss it. But as a movie, it's 3 crowns. I give it 3 crowns. It is, I do think it's a movie worth watching, like not doing something else while watching it. But I do think it's like a cute sit-down movie. But it didn't blow my mind. You know what I'm saying? It didn't blow my mind. So that is Christmas Waltz with Lacey Chabert. It's our first Lacey Chabert movie, and she has one coming out on Hallmark Movies and Mysteries that I'm definitely gonna check out, because they got Leon. How the heck did Hallmark pull Leon? That is black royalty right there. Are you kidding me? That's David Ruffin from The Temptations. Are you serious? How did they get that? How did I need to know? I want to be in the room where it happened. The room where it happened. The room where it happened. Listen, that's a great acquisition right there to get yo. I'm hype. I'm hype. Still looking for some more representation though from Hallmark in terms of leads, because I mean we started off good with Jingle Bell. What is it, Jingle Bell Bride or Jingle? I forgot. Because the woman lead was Hispanic and the man lead was African American. So that was cool. And then Mom's the Word since. So, and we're already in December. So I'm like, where are we? You know? But yes, that is Christmas Waltz. What did you think? Did you think Lacey did well in this movie? What's your favorite Lacey Chabert Christmas movie? Or do you have a favorite Lacey Chabert Hallmark movie? Yes, that will conclude the review for this installment of 12 Days of Christmas on the Dear Hallmark channel. I will talk to you guys in the next video.